Hi everyone, this is East Mountain Films here for the thank you video for track.easterbunny.cc version 4. I decided to split up the thank you videos so that the thank you videos aren't so long, and so we're doing a separate one for track.easterbunny.cc version 4. So earlier this year, the team of TEPCC, set off on really improving on track.easterbunny.cc version 3, which was incredibly innovative in bringing Easter Bunny tracking to a whole new level. And we wanted to do it again with track.easterbunny.cc version 4 and really add a lot of great features to bring our Easter Bunny tracker sort of in line and even further than NORAD and Google's trackers. And to say the least, all these improvements really paid off. So at the beginning, before tracking really started, we were anticipating that we would get maybe about 150 to 200% growth, given that more people have joined the community, more people might be aware of our tracker. However, we ended up doing 850% growth year on year, which is crazy. So I guess it's time for a few numbers. So during the course of tracking, from about 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time to 6 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, that's on the 10th to the 11th, or no, the 11th to the 12th. We got a total of about 35,000 hits to the website, 14,000 unique visitors, maybe even be a little higher, like 15,000, I'm not too sure. And overall, the tracker ran great. There were really no issues with that. It all worked well. We didn't crash once. The tracker was extremely scalable. Cloudflare was able to handle a lot of the traffic that the tracker was getting with the caching and everything. And the tracker just ran really well. That's all I have to say, is that it ran super well, and it seems like a lot of people enjoyed it. I was just looking at some numbers and saw that we got a lot of hits from Google search, and probably other search engines as well, and probably also from word of mouth about the tracker as well. So thank you all so much for all the support. It is really amazing to see that, and to see, I think probably within the first few hours of tracking, we already beat 2019's numbers in terms of the tracker, which I already thought was pretty crazy, getting 4,000 hits. A lot of you seem to enjoy the new features. The estimated arrival time, I saw in the chat for my 2020 Easter stream that a lot of people were sort of saying, here's my estimated arrival time, and some people were comparing it, and it was fun to see that on stream. It seemed that worked really well, and also having the option to turn it off for streamers was really appreciated by the community, as I think all the streams on YouTube actually had it off, so I'm really happy that we were able to add in that. The stop data, clicking on a basket to show the window, it seems like that's also been pretty well received. The tracker customization, dark mode, awesome. Changing map modes, again, awesome. Just, it's up to you whether you want to track in light, hybrid, or dark street. We gave lots of options for you this year, and I'm so happy that a lot of you were able to find settings that you liked to use the tracker with. So the settings worked great. Basically everything worked really well. Of course, with any other year with tracking, there's a lot of feedback that the community will provide, and we did get a lot of feedback this year for what you all want to see in 2021. The biggest request that we got was for more metrics like carrots eaten and speed, and we're going to be working closely to figure out how we can implement those features while keeping the tracker as simple as possible. Some more of you said that the baskets delivered count wasn't super accurate. We did make some improvements to it this year, but we certainly noted a lot of areas where the basket delivered count could be improved, and so we'll be working on that next year. Additionally, even though we really improved stop detection in places like the US, if you look at the time-lapse comparison that I'll be posting, or might already be posted when this goes out, you'll see that the US is much more densely packed compared to last year. There are still other countries that some of you noted that could have more stops, mostly Canada, Russia. I also think Brazil could see a few more markers, and so we'll be working next year to improve the stop detection in those areas so that we can continue to provide an accurate tracker. Of course, we also need to balance the number of stops that we do show with sort of maintaining a good balance. We don't want to show too many stops because then it just gets a little overbearing and it's a little too much, but we don't want to show too little stops because then it looks like, well, there's nothing here. The Easter Bunny didn't come here. So we will work closely to make sure that we strike a good balance between enough so that it's really nicely packed, but not too packed, but also not super not packed. Sorry, I can't find the words today. But regardless, we've also noted a few areas for improvement. From our side this year, we want to implement progressive web app functionality. We want to switch over to Mapbox from Google Maps because of cost issues. We did run over our free tier limits this year because the tracker grew so much, and we just want to be prepared for future years. And Mapbox is more cost effective compared to Google, and also seems maybe a bit smoother than Google. We're going to do testing to see if we really want to make the switch to Mapbox, so we'll provide more updates with that as time goes on. But overall, there's also just a bunch of other sort of improvements along the way that we're still trying to finalize the change list right now for V5, but there's going to be a lot of nice improvements to the tracker, just sort of make the final push to really get a well-rounded tracker. I know a lot of you have requested that we add games to the site, or that the site, kind of looks pretty utilitarian. This is by design, and we've sort of said this time and time again, we're focusing on building the best tracker that we can before maybe we can then focus on sort of sprucing up the website. We've done this so that over the past 3 years, we can focus all of our development time on making the best tracker that we can, as if we start adding games and activities, and that decreases the amount of time that we have to develop the tracker. And then at that point, maybe the tracker is going to be more buggy, more glitchy, we won't be able to do as much testing, and that's something that we don't want to sacrifice. Because the tracker, again, was pretty much bug-free this year. There were really no major bugs that anybody reported because we did so much testing with the tracker for many months. So again, all that quality assurance paying off as it did last year. So it's great to see so many people using the tracker. It's been a great success, and I'm super happy about how it's been going the past 2 years, and I'm super excited to see where it goes for 2021 and beyond. We're going to start working on 2021 development soon, probably within a few weeks after this video releases, so make sure you go on the Discord. The links can be found in the video playbacks of the stream in the description. And there is a development channel for the tracker where you can sort of follow along on development for V5 of the tracker, as we'll be starting it earlier this year, just so we continue to be familiar with the code base as we were when we started development. Otherwise, I guess a few other highlights was Twitter. We had the Bunny Updates Twitter, which was our Twitter bot. We also had the normal tracking Twitter. We made a separate Twitter for the updates because some people may not want their feeds to be totally spammed with bunny updates, and we're going to continue with that for next year. I think some improvements that could be made for the updates account is showing a map of where the bunny is. Sometimes it's hard to sort of decipher where the bunny is and where it's going next by just looking at text, so I think that's something I do want to add into the tracker. Additionally, on the bunny tracking account with the general updates that we provided, a lot of you seem to enjoy those, and we'll be looking to add in maybe a few more updates next year in certain areas that maybe just had not as many updates. Otherwise, again, everything ran super well, no crashes, no nothing like that from what we could tell, and it just ran as smooth as it did in 2019, which is amazing. So again, thank you so much for using the tracker, and hopefully you can use it again in future years. We are listening to all of your feedback, and we're trying to make as many of the changes that you requested into the tracker. And hopefully we can continue to do this for many years to come. Anyhow, thank you all for tracking with track.easterbunny.cc version 4. We're very excited to start V5 development, and I hope you can join the Discord and join us as we start development for version 5. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for tracking, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.